Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Bishop. It's the Tier 5 British SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Abbey and it's under the command of hossballs. Yes, it's the well-known Bishop expert back again for another round. Okay, he's got the Valentine tank with an Arty piece on top. 4.5-inch howitzer capable of 450 alpha, penetrating 28mm of armour and with a burst radius of 2.2 meters. It's basically like the Fifi. It's got very accurate gun, very fast reload, but it hasn't got the range of the Fifi. As you know, hossballs is very accurate with his Arty, likes getting good shots on the enemy. And this battle, well, this is going to be an interesting one. I really can't say much more about it, but you don't often see battles like this, especially at Tier 6. As you can see, a large contingent of tanks have actually gone up the river road. Very few have actually gone over to the other side. And hossballs is now in a position to actually get shots on the enemy if they try to come down the river road to counter this lot. They've sent a large number of tanks into the Abbey. And we've only got a couple of tanks there, P43 and our Cromwell, to block those guys from coming out the south. Plus a tank destroyer down to the south to shoot on any that sit on the Abbey road. But you can see the hossballs is covering his team as they move forward, and that's a good sign because an Arty player who actually works with his team to aim ahead of where they can see, he can then fire on anything they spot and put the fear of God into them. Okay, now that KB3 is almost at maximum range. Got a flattened reticule which indicates it's near maximum range. He fires around at the KB3. Guess a near miss. I think he damaged the tracks of that guy, but the KB3 is probably going to pull back. He's still there actually. That shell hit him, so he fires another one in. No, that one hit the ground. I think the KB3's moved. Our guys need to move up. And you can see that hossballs is doing the same as he's done before. He's staying in battle assistant and driving it by having a very good 3D perspective view. So he's not coming out of a battle assistant view, he's actually driving it around. And you can do counter battery that way and still see what's going on with your shells. KB3 rounds out. Hit for 166. He can really go to town on these guys now. The heavy tank number 6, the KB3 and the M6 are all going to stick around those wrecks. Well, in fact that wreck, because that's one of their teammates. Okay, going for the KB3 again. Work out where he's headed. Rounds out. Nice hit. 172. Keep it going. Keep it pummeling in. The 11-second reload really does tell on the enemy after a while. Rounds out again. That one went long. He anticipated the guy was going to pull back a bit further. He didn't. He hesitated for a second. Almost ready. Go for the M6. Rounds out. That's got thin armor, that thing. He tracks him, holds him in place. He's taking damage, so he's picking up damage assist. That's it. The M6 is now one shot. He fires the round at where he thought the M6 was going to go. It didn't go there, so that shell was wasted, but never mind. Focus on the action. KB3's next. KB3's poking up to take a shot. Takes that round, even though it was a blind hit. He's now one shot. KB3's going to go next round. Heavy tank number 6 is next target. He's going to try and strip that guy of hit points. That one landed behind him. The KB3's pulled back because he didn't take another round because he knows he'll be out. And there goes the heavy tank. The KB3's next. Fires a round in at him. Just short. Our KB3, I think, is going to take the kill. Oh, he's been hit by the enemy Fifi. So he must have been spotted. Or the enemy Fifi's worked out where he is. He did get a hit, and he's been hit by the Fifi again. And I think we can work out the enemy Fifi's right at the end of this road. So I think he's gone to the Zoe spot. I don't know if you know this, but there's a spot called the Zoe spot. It's at the end of that road, but not a lot of people know about it. But Zoe found it, and it's a very good spot for shooting at enemy tanks without being seen. Now, all of the combatants on the river road have been killed except for the T-67. Oh, no, I spoke too soon. He's gone as well. So this is interesting. Hossballs was the only tank that survived that encounter on the River Road, other than the Fifi, who's at the other end of the road, and obviously we can't see him now. But it's surprising that the Fifi actually managed to get shots on Hossballs, and you have to wonder how he actually was spotted, or how did he actually see his tracer? He might have seen it. The thing is that Hossballs can move forward now because the enemy and the Abbey have been dealt with. Looks like he's going to try and help his teammates there by getting shots on those guys. There's 5 left on both teams. Well, no, I spoke too soon. There's only 4 left on the enemy team now. And Hossballs is moving. Okay, he's doing his thing again, you know, third person's perspective. It's an interesting way of playing. It's not so I have tried it, but it's not something I would recommend because it takes you know, a lot of practice to learn how to do this properly. I think some people can get a bit disoriented if you try to play it this way all the time. But Hossballs seems to do it quite fine. And again, it does give you good 3D perspective of the battlefield. Okay, Leopard's moving up through the channel nearest to us. There's a Dickermax up there. That would be the big worry, I think, because we don't know where that guy is. He's got a 105mm gun and he's very dangerous. Our Tiger's in the opposite channel, the nearest channel on the west side. And the T-34-85M's moving up via the far channel. I think that Dickermax is going to be covering against our guys coming in from the west. So I think Hossballs could actually find the Fifi by going north. The only problem is the Fifi's got very good view range, 390 meters, and Hossballs doesn't have the same view range. So if he did move north, he might get spotted by the Fifi and taken out. For the moment, he's content to sit here and try and support his teammates from the River Road. I would be more inclined to get a bit closer, actually. Okay, the Leopard's coming up the River Road as well. There's the Dickermax. He's on the other side. He's facing off against the T-34-85M, and this is a moment when it would be really good if the Leopard could find out where the Fifi is. But he's not doing that. But we found out where the SU-100M1 is. Okay, so we're going to get shots on him. Dialing in. Almost ready. Rounds out. Direct hit. 174. That's going to make the SU-100 move because he doesn't want to get another round like that through him. He's pulled back just a little bit. Rounds out on him again. And he didn't move enough. And now he's been set alight. And he's burning. That was a nice burn. Lining up another shot. Oh, he pulled back, but he didn't pull back far enough, and that shell was wasted. Can't be helped. Go for another shot. Looks like he's moved next to that fallen tree. Okay, so it's swung in the enemy's favour now because... Oh, we found the Fifi. Yes, he wasn't in Zoe's spot, but he was nearby. Okay, so he's been found by the Leopard. And now Hossballs can get shots on that Fifi. And he does. But that one missed. The Fifi's trying to run away from the Leopard because he knows the Leopard's got the 30mm gun. And that gun can penetrate a Fifi easily. But remember, there's an OI experimental up there. He goes for another shot. Unfortunately misses again because the Fifi's still moving. The Leopard doesn't want to come in. In fact, the other members of the team are saying attack the Dickermax, not the Fifi. But I think you're wrong here because the Fifi can win the game. And we've just lost the Tiger 131 because he poked on the Dickermax. And the Dickermax took him out. So now it's 2 versus 4. So this is not good. Our heavy tanks try to push. And they got wiped out. 2 tank destroyers covering that side. We can't see where the Fifi is. If the Leopard goes around the corner, the OI will spot him. And I have the feeling the Leopard's decided that the best thing he can do is actually go defensive. And I think that's what Hossballs has decided to do as well. They're going back to their own cap to cover the cap against the enemy. it's a pretty good chance that the enemy is going to be headed towards our cap. And the Dickomax has made a bit of a boo-boo here, because he's actually headed towards the center of the map. And now, oh, the Leopard saw to him. Means the enemy will know where the Leopard is, but not that they can do much about it, because their Fifi's on the inside of that that wall of rock. I doubt if he can get a good shot on the Leopard, and he probably can't see him now anyway. The Leopard is continuing to spot for us. He's also trying to get shots of his own. I don't think that SU-100M1 will stay where he is. I think he'll head south. The OI Experimental, I can't work out why that guy is actually hiding where he is. And I can only think that that must be a fairly inexperienced player. We do know that he does have a very low rating, so maybe he just doesn't have the experience to play his tank properly, and he's decided not to play the game at all. It could even be possible for hossballs to fire a couple of blind shots in at the Mafra. Oh no, that's the OI. He actually has come south, and he might be dialing in at the moment. The hossballs gets a shot for 125, going for another one. And he's getting help from the Leopard. Fires another one in, gets another hit for 98. I can't but help think the Fifi might be lining up a shot on both our guys now. Going for another shot. Loaded. Another hit, 98. Yes, he must be a very inexperienced player. An OI is experimental. Even the experimental is fairly powerful. The fact that he's being taken on by an Arty and a light tank and equaled, I think it's testament to the fact this guy doesn't really have the experience to play the tank properly. We can't see him at the moment because we don't have line of sight, but we're going to fire in at that position anyway. And we've got a direct hit to wipe him out. So, hossballs finally has his own kill of the game. That's his first kill, and it's now down to 2 versus 2. The SU-100M1 and their Fifi versus our Leopard and hossballs. I wonder if hossballs is thinking of actually getting up onto this plateau next to these houses and using the spots from the Leopard to shoot at the SU-100M1. There he is. He actually has been spotted, and the enemy Fifi's been spotted. Now he needs to hit that Fifi because that's the guy. He's a match-winning tank. The SU-100M1 has just killed the Leopard, unfortunately. Go for the Fifi. We're going to lose sight of these guys any second. It's the 2-minute warning. He fires a round in, and now he's got nobody to spot for him. So now basically he has to... If he carries on moving forward, he runs the risk of moving into that SU-100, which, as you know, is a tier 7 tank destroyer. He doesn't really want to meet this guy face to face if he can. Yeah, he has found him. Oh, please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die. What is that SU-100 doing? What an idiot. And he's now lost virtually all his hit points. Next shot will finish him. He took a massive hit from that SU-100, but he's almost loaded. Next shot will kill the SU-100, and it does. But he's all but dead. He's only got 30 hit points left. He's lost his driver. He's lost his gun. His tracks are damaged. He's all but dead. And it's two Artys facing each other. Now, where is that Fifi? Did he actually come down this road? Is he going to join the crowd of wrecks? We're into the last minute now. So it's not often you see a tier 7 game where a tier 5 Arty ends up, two tier 5 Artys end up facing off against each other. He's decided not to go any further forward. If the Fifi did come around the corner, he might get wiped out very quickly. The 105mm gun on the light field howitzer on the Fifi is very powerful. 10 seconds to go. I think he's resigned himself. This is going to be a draw. There you go. It is. A tier 7 draw between tier 5 Arties. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was an ace tanker for hossballs in the Bishop, the tier 5 British SPG. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 11 in that one. And he got the high caliber in that game for doing the most damage. And his win rate was 6-3-5-4. But what a result. A draw at this level. Yeah. Team score. Got the highest damage with 2,277 hit points of damage. And the next high scorer after that was in fact the Panzer IV-H on the enemy team with 2,158. He got an Oskins medal in that one. And after that it was the KV-3 with 2,016 on his own team. When it came to kills, it was the Leopard who did the best alongside the Panzer IV-H. Both got 4 kills. And then hossballs came third actually after the SU-100M1 and the Fifi both got 3 kills each. But he came joint third alongside the KV-3, the IKV-103, the T-67, the T-20 and the Dicamax on the enemy team. When it came to base XP though, it was actually the Panzer IV-H who did the best with 729 after it was a draw. And he did get an epic medal, which obviously bumped up his base XP. Well, he was obviously a tier 5 as well, firing against tier 7s. So he did very well to get 4 kills and that amount of damage. That's why he's got a high base. 656 went to the KV-3, 642 went to hossballs. He fired 31 rounds in that game, got 16 direct hits, no penetrations, but 23 splash. Damage of 2,277 hit points, of which 1,265 were up more than 300 meters. He received 1 hit. It was a penetration. That was from the SU-100M1. He was lucky that that didn't wipe him out altogether, because the thing is, if you aim for the weak superstructure on the top of the Bishop, which is the weak spot basically, you could easily get an ammo rack and wipe the thing out altogether. 2 enemy hits received by way of splash damage as well, both from the Fifi, who managed to work out where he was, and I think that was because he actually saw the tracer and he counter-batteried him that way. 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and 353 hit points of damage assistance. He earned 26,616 credits on a free-to-play account, got 3,300 for Courageous Resistance. That's for getting an epic medal or a battle hero. In this case it was a battle hero, it's the high caliber. So his total, 29,916 credits, and after repair, ammunition resupply, took away 20,233 credits. He received 1 bomb for getting the high caliber, and 642 base XP, 389 for Courageous Resistance, and took away 1,031 experience points altogether. So yes, it was exciting for the fact that he kept coming across tanks which he didn't really want to come across on his own, or rather supposedly on his own. He was actually in company with the Leopard when the OI experimental attacked, but when the SU-100 came around that corner, yes, he was all alone on that occasion. But he still managed to take the guy on and defeat him. So very well done in that case, because it's not the sort of tank I would like to come across with a tier 5 Arty firing against a tier 7 tank destroyer. Yes, that would be pretty difficult. But he coped with it and he got a draw for his team. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.